He doesn't know you're there, does he? You're tailgating him and you haven't said anything yet. Oh dear. Oh boy, yikes. Hey team, welcome back to our channel.
If you are new here,
I'm Sid.
And I am Macky.
And today we're going to do something a little different.
So we're going to commentate my entire Downieville run. This was my Downieville downhill run. It was a pretty fast run, if I may say so really myself.
Fast. So this will be a long video, 47 minutes long, which is very fast. Most people don't do this under an hour. So he was flying, so get out the popcorn, hop on the trainer. This is my first time seeing it too, so I will be reacting along with you guys. So should we get stuck into it?
Let's do it.
Headphones.
I don't know if it makes any difference.
All right, let's do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, Macky!
Party time!
Go, Macky, go! You're already going really fast.
Well, you know, no point dilly-dallying.
All right, let's try this again.
Yeah, so This is Macky's second attempt doing the Downieville. You might have noticed in our vlog he did not get an official time because his first run did not go so well.
Yeah, if you want to watch that video, that we will put a card to it, but that was our previous video. It was the Downieville downhill. You can learn all about the ridiculous mechanical I had.
But they were nice enough to give him another go, which is how he got this time, which would have been 6th place, but because it was the second run, it didn't officially count. But
yeah,
we still get to show you the run, so that's
I got to race, which was really what I wanted to do.
So obviously this starts off pretty pedally, as you guys
I'm
noticed.
still pedaling, and we're like,
what are you doing on your helmet? You're like messing with your helmet.
I don't know. It probably just felt weird, and so I like tilted it forward again.
Yeah. This trail's super fun.
Yeah, you ready for the inside line? Oh
you
yeah.
You just jumped over a bush.
Yeah, nice, huh?
Wow, I never would have thought to do that.
I thought it was a pretty good inside line.
If I had done that, I would have like jumped into the spectators. Oh yeah, up here is like one of the most annoying parts of this. Is it coming?
Yeah, but first there's this really fast part.
I always forget about that part. Oh, that wasn't it either. Yeah, you have to take this high line.
Yeah. Which
Macky made look super easy, but it's actually a ton of jagged rocks. And if you take the low line, you are just completely hosed. You're down in a ditch.
Yeah, it's really hard to make it out of the low line. You have to like sometimes like get off your bike and walk out of the low line, which is really not that fun.
This is making me dizzy. You're going so fast.
Okay, so I think that's dust I'm beginning to see.
How are you? You can't be catching someone.
So here's the thing. Because I did not, because this was my second start, I started in the middle of the expert guys, and they're racing a different category than I am, so I caught a lot.
But you've only been going for like a minute and a half.
I guess that would mean I was going, well, if I caught him now, which I'm not, which I haven't yet, then I would have been going twice as fast.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad I can impress Sid.
I can't. I watch your POV and I'm like, what even is happening? This is not the same trail that I rode. That section was a mess this year. I'm glad you looked like you were having trouble too.
Yeah, oh no, I had to slow down a lot for that.
Yeah.
I did not like that section.
I know the camera on this, the light is like, it's light, dark, light, dark. It was like that in real life.
Yeah, it was hard.
Like visibility was really hard on this, especially because there's so many people on course that you're getting dust. Like you're about to catch somebody.
Yeah, so this is my guy.
You're 2.5 minutes in.
It's
oh my
true.
Gosh. Wow.
All right, so
this poor guy,
right
he's
here,
probably actually really clutchy.
So I had to stop and turn my clutch on because the mechanical I had, it required me to turn the clutch off to fix it. So I had forgotten to turn the clutch back on. So I figured there was no point in passing him and then stopping.
That's true. That would have been
such a jerk move. So I just stopped, fixed it, and then got back up.
How fast will you go one day when you actually have your together?
When you see a good spot, man.
This guy was super rad. I talked to him at the start and he was super cool about letting me go by really easily. I was very optimistic. I was like, if every pass is that like smooth.
Yeah, that was super. That was a good spot too. He didn't really have to slow down at all.
No, super, super awesome.
This section is really awkward because it's kind of flat, but it's downhill. But if you're pedaling a lot, you might have an epic mechanical like Macky did on his first run.
I did right. Get ready.
All right, no pedaling here.
Right there. Like I said, no pedaling here.
I love your race self-talk. Like, you're like so positive while you're racing. You're
have
like,
to be.
go Macky, you can do it. I'm like, get your shit together, you dumb. Like, I actually say that to myself. Yeah, we'll have to bleep it out.
Oh
but
yeah,
that's
see,
like,
I'm much.
but it's not really like, it doesn't upset me. It just like, that's just like what's helpful to me is to.
Oh yeah, see,
yell at
I'm all about the positive self-talk. I'm like, yeah, you can do this, Mac. You got this. It makes me go faster.
Don't pedal here.
Don't
You're
pedal
like a
here.
Boy Scout leader. It's like you've got a little troop behind you that you're guiding, but it's really just you're just
me.
talking to yourself.
Just talking to myself. Positive mental attitude, guys. That's important for racing.
You're going fast. Wow.
It's always nice when POV actually looks fast. Because so often it doesn't. You're like, I was going fast, and everyone's like, sure you were.
I feel like it often looks fast, it just never looks steep.
That's true.
I'm nervous. Look at, I'm like, I'm just realizing
So it's ready to
my fist
race.
was clenched. I know, I'm ready to go. I wish I could go this fast.
You can.
Sometimes, for very short periods of time. Before things go catastrophically wrong. Wow, I just never noticed the big hole in that tree back there.
Neither had I.
So this is kind of the point where you're starting to get tired already and you're like, I'm not even started. Like, this is a long descent. But like, this is pretty sustained, just like, gah.
Yeah, I think part of it is that there's pedaling at the beginning,
Yeah, you're
and then
pedaling,
you have sections
descending,
with a little
pedaling,
less
descending, pedaling, descending. The moss on these trees is incredible.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're supposed to be commentating the race, and I'm over here like, oh, look at this tree. Like, this tree has a hole in it. This tree has moss.
Well, so at this
Everyone
point,
examine the view.
I think, like, okay, there's dust there again. And, like, okay, the downside of catching and passing people is that it usually slows you down a little bit.
That was almost bad.
No way, it's totally controlled. So the downside is that you have to catch and pass people, and like that does slow you down. But I like having a rabbit. I like when I like see dust, I'm like,
fun.
oh yeah, let's go catch
That's
some
what
people.
I liked about the cross-country racing that we've done this year, is that there's other people. I think,
inside line, got it. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That inside line is, going out is such a pain.
Okay, so this is, what is this one called?
Oh, I don't know.
Butcher?
Yeah, this might be Butcher.
This is so fast. It's so scary. Because it's basically just a fire road, but like...
Yeah, oh totally.
You can go as fast as you want, and then there are these big turns. Here goes, let's see how Macky does. Whoa!
I was trying to focus on not unclipping, and I think on one of those, maybe that one that just went by, I did slide out and like have to unclip and put a foot out, but I just know...
What'd you just...
I don't know, I couldn't tell what I said. I think I was telling myself to, I think I was saying slow in, fast out. That's what I was saying. So like, because that's, you want to go in, like, it's okay to go in slow as long as you carry speed on the way out. And I was reminding myself that that was okay to go slow. So that I
and then it gets rough out of nowhere. You're like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Going 90 miles an hour, and now it's bumpy. This looks really smooth, but it actually, well, yeah, there it's definitely not. Now it doesn't look smooth anymore.
Oh.
Ooh, I heard the drift.
It might have been a double wheel drift.
Macky was a drift car racer in another lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh, puddle! Wow, you basically cleared the puddle.
I think I just got lucky and didn't get any water on the camera.
I hate that puddle because I go like into it and it's just... Whoa!
There's another puddle coming up here that's way worse and much longer. And it's not a puddle, it's a river.
Yeah, I got soaked.
Yep. Yeah, so I'd seen that little bit of dust, and then I was like, oh, there we go.
We got a water droplet.
It's okay.
It'll work itself off.
Nope, I wipe it off.
Do you really?
Ready?
You are such a pro.
Here we go. Oh, wiped off.
Pro move. And a snot rocket.
And a snot rocket.
This spot is a little bit of a respite, but I pedaled really hard on
yeah, me too. Well, I was just bummed because I was like, I cleared off my thing, and then of course...
I got a soggy foot.
I
got a soggy foot.
Oh, my poor thing. amazing.
See, I just wiped it off again.
I know, you're a pro.
All right, here's my guy.
Oh, this guy is not pedaling hard.
He is not pedaling hard. And I was like, I need to get by this guy.
You're like, what is he doing? Oh, he's just out for a cruise.
Coming by on your right.
I'm sorry
Thank you.
he's watching this. He's probably actually like faster than me, but just everything's relative.
Well, it's also a hard point. You've been working
like,
hard. Well, so then I got that guy, and then I saw a guy up here, and I was like, oh no, I have to get him before we get into like the single track.
Because the dip is right there.
The dip and the single track.
Oh, do you get him though? Because it's right up here, isn't it?
It's coming.
Yeah, so this is, if you watched our pre-ride, oops, they're like, whoop, this guy's going real fast. If you watched our pre-ride video, you might recognize this section. There's this really awkward dip, which I nailed in the race.
Oh yeah?
By the way.
Nice job.
I almost
Nice
never
job.
make it up the other side.
Yeah, I was like,
everything
we're coming to the dip, and I was like, I have to catch this guy before the dip, because
I'm gonna come by you on the left here.
He's like, huh?
I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and
that
go
was
by.
not the line, but
No,
you made it
I like
work.
that line. That's what I usually do.
No, you went, usually you go closer
No,
to the tree. Did you remember this line?
I did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was also in our pre-ride. We figured out that there's a new line that just goes straight down and is like the best.
No, seriously, I was having such a good run until like
it's
really
such a bummer.
soon to here. Then things really derailed quickly.
So this is where we are back in single track, and
This part is so fun.
this part is so fun.
Unless you mess up, which I did. But
I mean, like any trail, it's so
Yeah.
fun until you mess up. But no, this section of trail is just really fun.
it's really rocky. It doesn't.
It's hard to see on this.
It's really hard to see. Oh,
Flat tire, I suspect.
Yeah.
He did not seem to be bleeding profusely,
No.
so I decided not to stop. That's actually an interesting thing to point out, guys. When you pass somebody and you're racing, you should always ask if they're okay. Don't ask if they need anything unless you are willing to stop and give them help.
Right. We learned this in BZ Bike Race
Yeah.
for sure. Because we'd be like, do you need anything? And they'd be like, I need a tire lever and a 12-speed chain link and like 10 other things. And we're like,
you're like,
I think you're on your own.
Yeah,
this is
you're
a
gonna
race
have
here,
to,
buddy.
Sorry.
But if it's a backcountry race where there's like no one else is
that's-
gonna help the person,
That's different.
then you stop. But
This is like, I knew there were a lot
no,
more people.
he's
He was
gonna
walking
be fine.
up the trail
He's
and he was
walking.
gonna be fine.
He's
yeah.
walking, he's talking. This part is just like a flat tire and a crash waiting to happen. Ooh.
Slippery in there.
Yeah.
Well, that was...
Oh, that's where I crashed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think this was where I felt running narrower tires the most. Like,
Yeah.
I just felt
oh,
like
did you
things
nail
were
this
like...
this stupid line?
This is the section we practiced. That was pretty good.
I love that you congratulate yourself. It's so cute.
Hey, positive mental
I
attitude.
know, it's really good. I'm not making fun of you at all. I think it's really.
She's making fun of me.
In a good way.
In a good way.
The camera's not doing this part justice at
No,
all,
it
unfortunately.
never does. Well, that's the problem.
Well, this rock is so white. I think it doesn't shoot that well. Like, oh boy, yikes. That was fast. Somewhere in here I had to stop and straighten my handlebars, which was annoying.
Oh, yeah, that is annoying. Yeah, I really wish the cameras were as good as the human eye is, because, like, it was hard to see in here, but you could see.
Yeah, the light. Oh, that part always scares me.
Did you hear
'cause
that
it'd be
ping?
So, yeah.
I just got a good front
Did you
wheel
hit rim?
tire rim ping, or front wheel ping. And then this part, you're like, yeah, it's super duper
but
fast.
It's a
and then you're like,
total, it's a total tease.
yeah, and then you turn around a corner and you're like, oh, look, more rocks.
Ooh, that looks sketchy. Oh, nice of you to wipe that off.
Hey, you know, just making sure the camera looks good for all you
Mackie's
folks.
always thinking about you.
I'm always thinking about you guys.
Even 13 minutes into this run. Ooh, there was a rock there. I remember that rock.
Dust. I'm seeing dust
You're
again.
seeing dust. This is not a good spot to catch somebody.
Not a good spot to catch somebody.
Wow, you're going so fast.
I will admit I was a little nervous in those sections because I was like, I'm not running like super beefy tires, which was a great choice for the cross country. And I was just like, I have to be smart about it today. So I was trying to be smart about my line choice.
Whoa, that part's scary. It's like a high line with rocks.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to come off the high line halfway through.
Yes, it is.
Light, dark pond. Ooh. Wow, you didn't make that look nearly as tricky as I feel like it actually is.
Did you hit these lines high on the entrances?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it helps a lot to hit those high if you can. I feel myself being like around the turns.
That's what this whole video is gonna be like. We're gonna be like,
yeah.
like a dog in a car.
Or like a dog when he's looking at a treat.
Oh, the waterfall.
The waterfall. Inside line.
Oh, dang. Oh, dang. Oh, person in the way. What are they doing?
I'm wondering if it was a photographer.
They got out of the way right in the nick of time. They're like, what
Just
is
in the
this
nick of
crazy
time.
person doing? Because I bet most of the expert guys were not taking that line.
I suspect not.
It's a little bumpy in here.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Whoa.
That's one of the things with Downieville is it's so dusty that the dust stays in the air a long time. So sometimes you'll like see dust and you're like, I'm catching somebody, and then like.
Well, the entire cross country,
like a
the
minute,
visibility
right?
was bad. Like
Well,
there were
that's
parts
true.
in the cross country where I literally couldn't see
Well, that was
the
why I
rocks
had such a
on
good
the ground in front of me.
dirt unibrow.
But you only
and
had
the
12
helmet
people in
bars.
front of you. How did you get so dusty? That's what I want to know.
Well, 12 at the end.
That's true.
I
The whole
passed
climb.
10 people on the
Yeah.
descent.
Okay, but I was like surrounded by hundreds
Well,
of people
that's
the entire
true.
time.
Well, I also follow people closer than you do.
It's true.
We
Okay,
know
we're
this.
getting really off topic. This part is just kind of terrifying the whole time. Like you can go really, really fast. Do you go over? You don't go over that rock.
No, I remember going over that rock once and then realizing that it just didn't.
It doesn't really work.
No, because then you're like a 90-degree turn.
No, I
after.
did it passing someone last year.
Oh,
It
yeah?
didn't work. I did not get around them. I
Oh,
thought it was
that's
going to be a
about
good
it.
idea, but it didn't work. Whoa, that was interesting. Whoa.
Yeah, these are other ones where it's like you want to carry speed coming out. So if you can slow down a little bit going into it and then
That was
carry
a
more
good
speed
line
out,
on
it's
the
worth
outside line there. That one I feel like is hard to remember.
it. Yeah. Yeah, with a downhill this long, like 90% of it is just luck.
Just
honestly.
consistency though. Like I feel like
Yeah.
what do they say? Like luck comes more often to the prepared.
Luck favors the prepared.
There we go. Okay, whatever. I like my version better.
It was a little wordier.
Luck arrives more frequently.
Luck arrives more frequently. So we're about to connect back in with the cross-country course.
Yes.
Right
Flying.
up here.
You're absolutely flying. Are you gonna make this turn? Oh,
Yeah,
you
but
are
then
gonna make the turn.
this
Oh,
left I did not do as well. I like way wide.
almost into the tape.
So now we're on the cross-country course. So this is the part that,
Shortly we are getting
Shared.
to this scene of my flat tire.
there we go. See, I even told us that we're back on the cross-country
Are
descent.
you talking to? Oh, that was not a good line. You're supposed
No,
to go
I know.
outside there.
I was annoyed at myself for missing that.
I
but
blew
was
it in
like,
the race too, and it's funny because I was all proud of myself for getting it in pre-ride. I was like, oh, I remember that.
I got it in the
line.
cross-country, but then not in the downhill.
Yeah, not where it counts. And then pedaling.
Yeah.
There was a decent bit. There's somewhere between 600 and 1,000 feet of climbing on this downhill course. 600 if you ask our GPS, 1,000 if you ask the race promoters. So really, who knows? It's enough to hurt and to really like make it more of a cross-country race than a downhill race. Not
Yeah,
more of a
it's like-
cross-country race,
yeah.
but it's like there's a lot of time to be gained.
Was that where you flatted?
Yeah, that was the
Okay,
spot.
so what's funny is
That was the one.
I saw you go around in practice.
Yeah, it was such a good line.
And I was like, oh, I think that might even be faster than going over. So
Yeah,
I went
it was a
around
good
in the
line,
race.
and I didn't go
and then
around,
you didn't,
and I
that was-
smashed right into that root and then into the rock.
Yeah.
But it happens. I mean, we should
It happens.
not talk about my flat tires because that could be this entire, like literally, I've flatted almost everywhere on this Downieville course at one point or
that's
another.
a really good point.
This is the only place where I get flat tires,
Yeah.
but I do.
All right, so this
consistently.
part is really
Well,
tricky.
you're supposed to go up over there.
It wasn't terrible.
No, that was still good. You could pull it off, but
So this whole section, there are these uphill like root and rock gardens. Like this, so awkward. And you're like, it's slippery because it's wet, and you're like trying not to like.
Yeah, I nearly died on this because my tire was flat. I was in denial until.
You're like, it's fine.
Yeah, until about here, and then I was like.
Is that a weird bird?
Yeah, there's a weird bird out there.
There's a weird bird outside.
Don't mind the weird bird.
bird.
This is one of the sketchier parts of the whole race, I think.
You don't do that line, I don't think.
Yeah, I have done it, but I don't like it because I don't think I'm going as fast as you, and it doesn't work as well.
Yeah. I've learned to like jump it over to the side. It works really nicely.
Yeah, because otherwise it's a little sketchy. Oh, you're getting dust again for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is one of those parts where, like, the dust can really make a difference, though, because it's hard to see.
So hard
and
to see.
It's
Yeah.
really dusty.
I always remember this thing. You have to like.
Oh yeah, you just have to
This
like.
thing. If you can just let go of your brakes and carry speed, it'll carry you all the way through, nice and smooth. But otherwise, you end up pedaling like up an awkward thing, which is the worst.
This is where I was like congratulating myself on having fixed the flat, and then it flatted again like 10 seconds later.
So that's why you don't do positive self-talk while you're racing.
I know, it's just like jinxing yourself. Oh wow!
That was one that I
hit
like.
That as a drop.
Yeah, I wish I had remembered it a little bit better because you can hit it even farther. But
that was a cool line too.
Yeah.
I should have watched this before the race. Take all your better lines.
Oh, this next pass. Okay, if anyone can identify this person for me, please get in touch with them and have them send us a message on our Sid Macky website so that I can send him some stickers.
Does this get bad?
I'm not going to say anything, but if you know who this is, people, please have them contact us.
I'm a little nervous.
So I can send them a sticker pack.
Uh-oh, okay, so you are flying past this person. You've caught
okay, listen,
like
so it's
4 minutes on them.
Yeah.
Okay, they're doing okay. They're doing it right.
They're doing good.
Oh dear. You're gonna he doesn't know you're there, does he? You're tailgating him and you haven't said anything yet.
The next time you see a good spot.
So I don't know what he's saying, but I'm like, oh, okay, he's getting out of the way. Okay,
Are you
so
okay?
it's very hard to tell there, but basically he like crashed and his bike flipped back in, and I like rode into his front wheel.
Ooh, I feel really bad.
I felt really bad.
I think he was trying to pull over, but he botched it. Yeah.
Well, no, but what happened, and it was funny because I'm like, are you okay? And like, I think he thought I was yelling at him, and then he realized that like I was concerned, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm fine. Like, sorry about that. I'm like, you don't need to apologize. Like, I'm sorry I ran into your wheel.
You were tailgating.
The problem was he just crashed.
Right, no, he was trying to pull over, and if he had pulled over, it would have been good.
But I just felt really bad because like I'm really hoping I didn't like bend his rotor or like break a spoke or something on his bike. So
okay, so this where we're getting into
third divide.
All right, third divide climb. Time to push it.
Time to push it, Maggie, push it. Okay, so this is like it's how long of a climb. I guess we're about to find out. Camera clean. It's in the cross country. It is called Cramp Hill because you've just descended a long way in the cross country. Everyone cramps on this hill in the cross country. It doesn't matter how prepared you are, how good you are. And in the downhill, it is just brutal. Like, it's just a sprint.
Basically.
Yeah. It is total 3, 4, 5, 7.
I think I'm probably under 3 is my guess.
You're hauling.
I had time to make up.
Yeah. And you're catching somebody who's gonna be like, what on earth are you doing?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's gonna be like the girl who passed me, who I caught last year on the downhill, and then she passed me on this like I wasn't even moving.
Sneak by.
I think I was trying a little harder.
Thank you.
Oh, what's he doing?
Maybe
his arm cramp?
Gel? No, I think he was holding like a flask or something. It was probably like a gel flask.
Hand cramp on the climb?
Hand cramp on the climb. Alright, so that's 1 minute of Cramp Hill. I'm slowing down.
You sound haggard.
I was suffering for sure.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so then you come around this corner here.
And you think you're done, but you're wrong.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, this is not it. And then like right, what you can just barely see here, like at the top, is like the one little rocky section that you have to make it up and over. So this was me doing breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. Because Mike said to try to do that. Mike's our coach. He said to try to do that like 5 breaths at a time whenever I thought of it. And I was trying to do like 10 at a time whenever I thought of it. And I think it does help, honestly. No, it helps though. Like
vasodilates or something.
Yeah, there's something about like it makes going harder not feel as terrible. But I figured that was a very good time and I needed it badly.
You are hauling up this.
That's 2 minutes.
That's 2 minutes. This is the part that's the worst though, because I feel like you think you're almost done, but you're wrong.
Well, yeah, you're about to see the entrance to what is it? Second divide? Yeah.
Second divide.
Right after this tree, right where the moto guy is.
Oh, it's a moto.
That's second divide. So if you turn down there,
you got somebody else.
I know, and I was like, I have to catch this guy before the descent, because otherwise I'm gonna have dust.
This next descent is really, really fast, so it's kind of hard to pass people.
Yeah, and you don't want dust.
You don't want dust.
Mm-mm. So I was like, I've got to get by this guy.
This guy's probably happy to have you.
I think so also.
He's cruising. You're like...
He saw me. That's good.
Thank you.
It's like, I don't even have enough breath to ask you to get by. I just can say thank you.
You're like...
Yeah.
I think we should just be silent for the rest of this climb so everyone can listen to your breathing. This is the sort of thing that's like awkward when you're playing it loudly and people can't see what you're listening to. Uh-oh. What have we got here?
Mechanicals.
Struggle.
Struggle bus.
Is that your 7th person?
Yeah, I don't remember. All right, third divide. So much fun. So fast.
Do you know? You don't know what your top speed is because unfortunately Macky broke his GPS on
the day before.
So we have no data. Ooh. You hit the camera there or something though. It made a funny noise.
The spectators thought I was going fast.
Whoa! This is like a little scary to watch. This trail scares me. Like it honestly scares me because it's really so fast. And it's often hard to see just because of the conditions.
Light. No, it's the trees.
The light is
and,
weird.
The shadows, they're really weird in here.
Ooh, dust.
Yeah, so I'm definitely seeing dust. But then I think I realized that like you can see dust for a long time on this trail because you're going so fast.
That's the problem. If anybody's, oh, you went so high on the bank. Ooh, that was close to the tree. How did you not hit the tree? This is making me nervous. Seriously, I'm like so tense right now.
Just relax, roll it out. All good. Yeah, that's right. 5 breaths. I love this descent so much. So much. It's so fast. It's so fun.
Why does this feel? I think it's just the GoPro effect that you feel so close to the trees, but maybe you actually were.
Oh yeah, I think I kept seeing dust, and then I saw a guy fixing a flat, which I think we'll see in a second here, and I was like, I wonder if that was my dust maker. I think that's, let's see. I think we're, yeah, this guy. I was like, maybe you were the reason that
if that was him though.
Well, but yeah, but no dust now.
No dust, sure.
So I think that must have been him, and he must have had some issue that he had to like stop to fix. So yeah, I think that's 8
You are tucked.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to go as fast as I possibly can here. I need all the speed I can get.
Clearing the throat.
There's all that dust.
This part I went through so slow because I was sure I was gonna flat for the 3rd time. I was like, I know there's sharp rocks in there. How do you remember to clear off the camera? That is the most incredible thing about watching this. It never occurred. I forget that I'm wearing a camera as soon as I hit play. Like, if I hit play, if I remember that I'm wearing a camera enough to hit play.
And by play you mean record, I assume.
Yeah. Yep. Woo!
Okay, so that was sort of like the
that was
fastest
interesting
part.
I don't know if that...
No, I think that's the way to go. Is up
faster?
high there, yeah. Because otherwise you have to slow down to like squiggle around the route. So that's like the really fast part of Third Divide. You can still go pretty fast on this later part, but it gets a little bit rockier and a little bit more technical. You'll see it in just a second here. So I guess there's this one last really fast section.
Oh! That was really fast. You're like a race car.
I was pretty pleased by how fast I went through this rock section. So this section is like rocky and rooty and awkward.
And there's like all these little hucks that have like pointy rocks right on the other side.
And then there's like a kind of like chute thing that we're about to come into. That's got like scary sharp rocks in it, and I always get nervous.
You don't even slow down for that.
I tried not to.
A bit more than that for this. Whoa. Okay. Whoa.
All right, so then this part.
This part's a little scary because it is that side hill kind of effect. Even though it's not like exposed.
Yeah.
You feel that side hill. And there's these blind things.
Yeah, which some of them you can like jump.
Here's the wall.
Yeah.
Wow! Oh wow, that was really smooth.
And then it wasn't quite as smooth at the end, but
nope.
You know, it wasn't terrible. But yeah, I'm like, dust again. All right, let's go catch some people.
This is the perfect spot.
Yeah, because
well, sort of.
Well, what I was hoping is, since I could see dust, that I would catch him coming out onto the road, and I did. So it worked out really well. So this is the this is the bridge coming out of the single track. So this is the end of Third Divide.
Which is an amazing trail.
Such an amazing trail.
That's
my guy right there. I was like, perfect timing. I'll just go by you right up here. Hiccups.
Is that gate open or are you
Come by on your left?
Yeah.
He's like, whoa.
So.
Where'd you come from? He's wearing a full face. That must have been hot.
That must have been really hot.
Yeah.
All right, so here was like,
so
I was just like, I just have to pedal my butt off.
Extended gravel road section that then goes into a trail called First Divide, which is also a very fun trail.
It hurts. This section hurts a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, because this part's a little bit uphill and then it's downhill, but it's like you still have to be pedaling.
Yeah, it's like, do I tuck, do you pedal, do you tuck, do you pedal, and like some parts you want to do, yeah.
People were not hustling on this section in the cross country.
I was hustling.
I passed so many people in the cross country here. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
I was like, I got time to make up. I am gonna hustle.
There you go. Almost there. 32 minutes in.
Wow, so there's really 15 minutes after this?
It's 15 minutes on.
Wow. It does not, you don't realize that it's that long.
No. Well, this part's long too.
That's
like
true, this part's long.
like you're not even to First Divide yet. You're not even around this next corner.
Because this is all pedaling still. And then I think it's sort of when you get around this next corner, you get to coast a little bit.
Because First Divide took me about 15 minutes both times.
Okay. I was trying not to hit my brakes here. I was like, no brake challenge.
And then you're like, yeah.
I think I succeeded maybe. If not, it was close. Tuck. This is me tucking.
Yeah, that's why you can't see anything. With
as
those
much
pistons.
speed as I can. That's right.
You're a machine.
I have to say there's nothing like passing a bunch of people in descent to make you feel...
I think you're seeing dust again.
I am, yeah.
Yeah. No, the passing people is fun.
It is.
Unless they fall over.
And then you feel bad.
Yeah, then you feel bad. Yeah, there's definitely dust. I think I can even see the person going around the corner there.
Yeah, I kept being like, I can't see him, I can't see him. but I was like, I have to get him before First Divide. Basically,
because First Divide's like impossible to get around. Yeah.
And honestly, I got really lucky in that like most of my passes were in really convenient spots.
Well, everyone's been super cool.
So and everyone's been really cool. Yeah, which is awesome.
Oh, that's fast. How fast do you think you're going here? Like 35?
I don't know.
Where is this person?
Where is my person? I swear I passed
I thought I saw
Maybe it was the day before. Maybe it was in the cross country that I passed someone.
I thought I saw someone, but it could have just been somebody like a spectator or something.
Yeah.
Ooh, and then I was like, hate those trees.
Remember, inside line, and I got it.
Whoa.
Just barely.
Someone said, go Macky.
Yeah, I know, I heard that. I was like, I wonder who that is.
What the heck are you doing back here?
Probably. This is not your category.
Oh, and here we are climbing again. This is a really cruel way to end a downhill, I would say. Like, it is really, like, it is a downhill race in that you descend 5,000 feet and only climb, like, 1,000 or less. But a lot of that climbing is at the end. Like, it's really front-loaded.
And there's
like,
this thing. Sid doesn't like that section.
I didn't make it up. Again.
Oh, you didn't?
I kind of chickened out. Because I nearly tipped over into the river in practice. Then I made it in practice, but then I didn't do it in the race. Oh, good.
Clearing it off.
Clear camera again. Yeah, so basically all of that climbing is at the end.
Well, Third Divide is a big like there's a good bit.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm counting Third Divide.
There's
as the
a
end.
chunk on Third Divide, and then there's like flat to uphill for a lot of the end, and it's really painful.
But like almost all the climbing is in the second half. I think you could say that.
That's true. I wonder how much you climb at the very beginning there.
You do kind of a little bit at the very beginning. Whoa! Here you have to go fast and pedal, but not clip your pedals on anything.
But not fall off
otherwise
the cliff.
You fall 100 feet down into the river, which you can see a little bit. We're doing our nature tour.
Oh yeah, so this was where I was seeing. So it must, yeah, I guess I didn't catch anybody on that road. I'd forgotten. It was the day before that I caught somebody on that road. Here.
Oh gosh, wow, that got really blown out. Ooh, that part's sketch.
I know, but if you just like commit to it and are like, I'm not going to ride off the edge, I'm not a dummy, then you can actually go through it pretty fast. It's just hard to do that. True. Okay, so in a second here, so it keeps going like around these edges, which is sketchy, yeah. And then it flattens out, and that's where I was finally able to start catching some more people. Yeah, I mean, you just can't take too many risks on this trail, because it's like, you just don't, like, you're so close to the end, you don't want to go careening off a cliff. Mm-hmm. And there's like no easy crash here, I feel like. It'd be like... No, it would be painful. Painful, or at the very least time consuming, because you've trucked your bike like down a cliff. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, even if you like save it. True. I've sort of lost track of where you are here. Are you about to pop out on? I'm about to pop out on the like double what I consider like, well, and actually not yet. I think there's the part that I sort of think of as the double track, but it's actually not. And and then you cross the road. Well, no, so the part before that is the double track. This part with the wall is like... It's one of the coolest looking sections. It's such a cool trail. And it's not a technical trail if you go slow. It's only, it's like one of those trails that's just like, oh yeah, this part. Yeah. It's like technical when you add speed to the mix, for sure. Because like you can see, there's a big old drop off on your right. Drop off. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can't even, because there's so many trees here, it doesn't totally do the drop off justice. No. This part isn't too bad. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then there's this. This is like the one of the technical parts. That looks sketchy. Yeah. What did you do there? Whoa. Yeah. See, these are. Those are things that I want to just like bunny hop. Don't fall off a cliff. But I can't. But you shouldn't. Well, it didn't. It wouldn't. Yeah, it wouldn't work. Yeah. Okay. So here. It goes and then it like widens out, and when it widens out, like once again I got really lucky in that it widened out when I caught people, and so I was able to not have to like ask anybody to stop or anything. Whoa. Yeah, this is the part I always forget about. That part is awful too. Like all of those, you like go up this thing and then there's all these rock like sheets that are just like sticking up. They look like dinosaur scales. They look like dinosaur spikes. Yeah, that are waiting to impale your tires. Yep. Yeah, so there's my guy. You can see him. Whoa, there he is. And I was like,
There he is.
Oh no, like how am I gonna get past him? And then
there's two of them. Oh
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, that's never good.
Yeah. But fortunately, right up, not quite yet.
Sneak by when you see a spot.
He's like, where did you come from?
Yeah.
Because you know he's
Right
been
here,
riding
it opens up. And so like I just got so
He's
lucky.
just been riding with his buddy all day and then all of a sudden you're there. Like,
Yeah.
going twice as
Well,
fast.
I think this guy probably just passed him,
Maybe.
so.
This poor guy is gonna think the guy that he just passed is catching him again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He's got tunes.
Yes, he did.
I think he had tunes.
This was me, like, I was like, I'm gonna go as hard as I can because I don't want this guy jumping on my wheel and getting a draft.
You're such a jerk. Why do you care? What's it to you? There's also more dust. There's definitely another
guy right
person.
there.
Oh no, everyone just imploded on this last section. This has gotta be like your 10-minute person. Which isn't unreasonable. Like 57 minutes is a good time.
Yeah, that's not a
like,
bad time. Yep.
About like that would be about where I would be if I hadn't had a bunch of flat tires.
Yep.
So you would have caught me if you started 10 minutes behind me.
Mm-hmm. I hate that section.
Oh yeah,
it's so
okay,
tight.
it's super narrow between that fence
And I have
and the
800
tree.
mil bars. There's probably like,
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, he went to like go do the wall ride, and I was like, perfect. I will just go by you right now.
And hope he doesn't come down and T-bone you. Who's doing
Exactly.
wall rides in their downhill race?
Not
Come on,
me.
people. And you're seeing dust again. I think you're seeing dust again.
I might have been seeing dust again.
I just love that it's like everyone held their own really well on like the technical stuff, and then there's just like it's just total implosion here at the end.
Yeah, it's true.
Which is like completely that's what happened to me every time I've done this course too. Like you're just so tired and you've put so much into descending well that you forget that like
there's a ton of
half
pedaling
the
at the
time in this race
Oh, okay,
is
wait,
this,
interrupt you.
yeah, tape.
That was closed.
I know.
It was open in the cross country.
I know.
And I was like, whoa, whoa.
I did exactly the same thing.
I was like, I wonder if there's any way I could contact Sid and warn her. And I was like, no,
it didn't
there's
matter.
not.
I was
Yeah, it
going
doesn't.
slow enough. You're going up over a hill.
Yeah.
Have time to react.
But yeah, like you were saying, people just, they forget that there's so much pedaling at the
yeah,
end.
you
and then
can.
it's so-
This is definitely a peddler's course. This part is terrifying. Like
Yes.
it's hard to tell, but
It's all drop off on your
well,
left.
it's also all jagged rocks too.
Yeah, that
One
too.
more. Let's get one more.
One more what?
Person, obviously.
You're just like counting them down.
Yeah.
Like-
I'm like, I gotta pick them off. Those are my rabbits, guys.
Victim! When I was a kid and rode on tandem with my dad, we'd like see people on the bike path and he'd go, "We got a victim!" So,
In case there's any question where Sid's competitive
right,
spirit comes
exactly.
from. But yeah, that's how I was inspiring myself. I was like, I gotta go catch
One
another
more,
person.
Macky,
one more.
You're gonna get him if you don't get completely
Dust.
blinded here. Jeez. Yeah, this is super. Oh, this part is. Oh, uh-oh. Do you remember to clean it off? No, we can't see anything. Oh, you're so good. You're so good. It's nuts. How fast would you go if you weren't thinking about cleaning off the camera
That's
all
a great
the time?
question. That's a great question.
Where's this person? He got the jump on you while you were cleaning off the camera.
Okay, so this is another section that, like, when you're just like riding it, like la la la,
It's lovely.
like, oh,
it's beautiful.
fun,
You're
like
in
downhill,
the forest.
and
It's
like,
downhill
whee!
until you race it,
Yeah.
and it's not
And
downhill
you're racing,
anymore.
you're like, oh, I thought this was downhill, and it's not.
That's, I think, the problem people get into with Downieville is they pre-ride the course,
False
and they
flats.
remember that this is all downhill, and then you race it, and it's not even.
Well, it's a false flat. Like,
Yeah.
you can coast it, but if you try to go fast,
Yeah,
you have to be pedaling.
so hard.
All right, this is the last climb. This is the climb that, like,
Breaks you.
breaks your heart.
Yeah.
Because it's a false flat, but uphill instead of a false flat downhill.
It's not
And-
even a false flat. There's
Okay,
no,
it's
yeah,
uphill,
it
but it's
isn't
not like a
climb.
steep uphill. And like,
But it goes.
I'm doing my breathing again.
You're doing really well. Just goes and goes and goes. Yeah, and then there's a psych out corner that you're like, this is the last corner, and then it's not. It's a lie. Where's
You
this
should
person?
see my guy. I think we'll see him in a second here. And I remember I saw
you
him,
are
like,
working
right at the
really hard. I can tell that you're just
I was
like
suffering.
like. I think it's probably a little hard to tell on the camera, but like having done this ride, if you've done this ride, you know how much you are hurting at this point. Like he is putting himself in the pain cave here.
I figured there was no point in finishing with, you know, any energy left.
Yeah.
So here I was like, okay.
You're like,
can I get by him?
Like, there's one more little faux hill. You're gonna have to get around this guy. Wow, the color changed so much.
I know, it got like all red and like
red dirt.
Red and brown.
Oh, he's doing it right going down.
Yeah. No, none of these guys were slow.
Yeah.
It just like, it's hard because I would be going faster.
No, it's easier if the person you're catching is legitimately slow.
Yeah, because then you can just be like, coming by and like go by them. But like here, like I'm not gonna yell like, can I get by you?
No, he's doing fine.
Yeah, but at the same time I would have been going faster on my own. And that's the problem with passing people. Is like, there's not a good way, like here also.
Sneak by you here.
He's like, huh? Oh, that looked tight.
Yeah, that was tight.
All
right, I got my one more guy, but then there's still more dust.
You're like, oh no. There's no time here though. Like you just go down this little section. Whoa, how do you even see?
I know, it was hard to see with all the dust.
That's where I get stung by a bee.
Yep.
This is just like a sob story of things that have happened to me. Making it all about myself.
And all about you.
Alright. Now the
and another guy.
Finish. So
like,
basically you pop out on this road and then you just suffer.
Yeah, I think it's
for
what, like under 2 minutes? I think it's a
like
less than
half,
2 minute sprint to the finish.
And it hurts.
Oh, it hurts so bad.
This part is not so bad because you're just maxed out. Yeah, I was gonna say, what you gotta get on your center, get aerodynamic here.
So I could see another guy ahead of him, and I was like, I have to get both of them. I have to.
Oh man.
And then there were spectators who I think saw me coming.
This guy's there just swerving Sally all over the place. Like, ooh.
These spectators, I fortunately decided to like get out of the way. And then this guy looked back and saw me.
This
ready?
hill hurts. He's like,
get him, and the guy looks back. The spectator's like, get him, and he's like, huh?
Does he start going harder?
I think he tried to, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know what was coming. He's like, who is this person? It was probably really demoralizing. He didn't realize you were like sixth in pro. He probably thought it was like some guy behind him.
That honestly was the problem, is like, I'm hoping that these guys I passed, that like it inspired them to work harder.
Yeah, and
but I'm afraid that it crushed souls, and that's not what I wanted. I wish I had a sign that was like, I'm not in your category.
I'm not in your category, don't freak out.
Don't worry, I'm not in your category.
So basically you just sprint like a mad person.
Still sprinting.
Into the center of Downieville.
Still sprinting.
It's not too hard because Downieville is small. This is the part where you get like maxed out on gears, I feel like.
I don't think I ever got maxed out on gears, but I definitely was maxed out on energy.
And here it is, here's the finish. Come on, Macky.
But then you have to squiggle through the finish.
Squiggle, squiggle. Oh,
and done. 47 minutes flat. Which is very bizarre, actually.
Impressive. So, definitely let us know what you thought of this format. I found that really entertaining to watch that whole thing also. Like, I wasn't sure I was going to. Sometimes I don't like watching POV, but watching it with you and like seeing your perspective, seeing you pass people, like that was really cool.
Like get the behind the scenes.
And you were going really fast.
It was a good one.
Terrifying. I need to go like do some nose breathing. Calm down.
Well, we will see you guys next video in a couple of days. Thanks for watching.
If you haven't seen the vlog about the Downieville downhill, it'll be right over there. So
cross country,
go check that one out.
Downhill. Watch them both. They're really good.
And don't forget
to be
more awesome.